I knew that daddy had ran around on her. So that's okay, girl. Hey everybody, welcome back to the Brandy Yvonne channel. Of course, I'm your girl, Brandy Yvonne. Here on my channel, we do fun reviews, recaps, and discussions of all of our favorite shows. This video, we are talking Hoaon's Family or Fiancé. Y'all, please forgive me. I know I did not do last week's episode. Had a lot going on, so I'm just trying to get back into it with Family and Fiancé this week. Before we get into it, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. Please subscribe, because I definitely appreciate when y'all hit that subscribe button. And also, you can get some notifications of when I upload videos. Also, don't forget to comment if you enjoyed this video. Let me know what you thought of the episode. Also, don't forget to share so you can let your friends know about what's happening over here at the Brandy Yvonne channel. Okay, also comment, let me know what y'all thought of the episode, because okay, no lie, you know, it was nothing eventful, but it was like a good-hearted episode. It was still relatable to family issues, but there was no drama. Nobody popped off at the first family dinner, because y'all know how everybody always pop off at that first family dinner, and then nobody jump up and leave the table on this episode. It was. So I seen a lot of people saying it was boring, and a lot of people saying it was good because there was no drama. So let me know what y'all think. Y'all prefer the drama? Y'all prefer no drama? Y'all prefer a good little mix? I think I like the episodes where it's a good little bit of drama, but like it's good, like people and we're rooting for the couple in the end, not like the toxic stuff. But anyway, it was still a good episode nonetheless. Let's get into it. So the episode, I think I said this is season 3, episode 6. Sorry, y'all. One of the last reviews I did, the episode was titled incorrectly, because y'all know how Hoaon be changing the seasons and the episodes all around. So anyway, I realized though that I had it correct on all of them except for the last video I did, so I fixed it. So anyway, like I said, it's season 3, episode 6, Kiyomi and Austin, an officer and a gentleman. Okay, so Kiyomi and Austin are getting married. They look like mid-20s, I think, based on what Dr. Tracy was saying. They met in Japan. So he was in the military, the Navy, I believe, and she was working at a summer camp in Japan, and she was out with her friends at night, and she saw him, and she really liked what she saw, and he went over to her, and you know, they had a drink together, and they talked all night, he said, until she fell asleep on him. And so we then later find out from their talk with Dr. Tracy that she's supposed to leave that like Saturday, like a couple days after they met, but then her flight got delayed, so she's able to stay there till like a Thursday. So you know, they go to the house and they're, you know, excited, but then they're nervous. Like the families, they feel like everything's been good because the families haven't had a chance to be in the same location, so everything's going to be different now. They go to the house, they meet with Dr. Tracy. Dr. Tracy asked them how the wedding plans are going. And y'all know Family and Fiancé is pretty much set up the same every single time. So, you know, they said everything's planned to the T, and he just has to get his tux. And so then she said, okay, telling Kiyomi, you seem like you're very type A personality. And then she asked Austin, are you type A personality? He's like, I don't even know what that means. She's like, okay, you not. She's like, most type A personalities be like, yes, I am. She's like, you seem like more type B, laid back. He's like, Kiyomi said that Austin is very laid back. He's quiet. He's shy. She's more the one to take the lead. She feels like she's over talking a lot because he doesn't really talk. Like, he only really talks to her, and that's really the issues they have. Kiyomi also said that when Dr. Tracy was asking them how they met and all that good stuff, and so she said that they got to stay there and hang out a week. And so then Dr. Tracy's like, well, what happened when you left? So they decided to try to, she said basically they met one day, they kept hanging out the next day, third day they were a couple. It's like, dang. And so then once they, you know, she went back home, they did get to meet up again twice in 2019, but then the C-19 hit and the Navy base got shut down, so then they didn't get to see each other for a long time. So then Dr. Tracy's like, okay, what did y'all do? And before I get into what they did, their careers right now, so Kiyomi is in school to be an occupational therapist. She only has like 4 or 5 months to go before she starts her career. And Austin is in school doing human science, I believe, and he's getting his bachelor's degree. He got like 2 more years to go, and then he wants to become a physical therapist, get his master's in that. So then he got 3 more years to that. So Dr. Tracy's like, oh, you basically got 5 to 7 more years to go. She asked Kiyomi, like, how you feel about that? Kiyomi says it's not ideal, but, you know, they're willing to make it work. So back to their whole long distance relationship, right? Then Kiyomi decided, like, hey, this is too long to go without seeing you. This was when the C-19 was happening, right? The world was shut down. So she said, let's have an open relationship. Also said he didn't really want to do that. He begged her not to, but then they decided to do it anyway. So she hooked up with somebody that was like one of her friends from high school or somebody, this guy, and they were only together a month and it didn't work out. And, you know, she asked him, or Dr. Tracy asked Kiyomi, did that help you like realize you wanted to be with Austin? She said yes. And then she was like, okay, Austin, what about you? Did you have somebody else on the side when y'all was on this little break? And so he was like, yeah, I did date a girl, and when I tried to break up with her, she tried to make it like more than what it was. It was a bunch of drama. So then I guess Kiyomi didn't know about him having another girl, and that really ticked her off. And the girl was hitting up Kiyomi, letting her know everything that was going down with her and Austin, and Kiyomi didn't like finding out that way. She was very hurt. And Dr. Tracy's like, why didn't you tell her? Austin felt like because they were on a break, he didn't feel the need to tell her. I'm like, I was side-eyeing Austin in that moment. You better watch them quiet ones. You better watch them quiet ones. So anyway, Dr. Tracy was asking them about their trust issues. Kiyomi was saying she doesn't have trust issues, but then she said something about she just doesn't want this situation to happen again. Dr. Tracy's like, oh yeah, you still got them trust issues, girl. And Austin feels like he doesn't have any more trust issues also. So then Dr. Tracy did ask him about, asked Austin about his childhood. He said he had a pretty good childhood, and his parents split up and got divorced like when he was in high school. And so Dr. Tracy asked why did that happen. He said he still doesn't know to this day. His mom never told him. And so Dr. Tracy was like, don't you think this would be a good opportunity to have that conversation with his mom? He said no, because his dad recently passed away. I don't know how long it's been since the dad passed away of liver cancer. And so he's scared to bring that up with his mom, basically. Austin and his family doesn't like to have deep conversations to go deep. They just have surface level conversations, basically. Okay, so from Kiyomi's side, we have her mom Hoaon coming, her godmother Anita, and her friend Monique. From Austin's side, we have his friend Justice, his younger brother Trevor, and his mom Mary. Austin's going to do a game with Kiyomi's side, calling the vision board. He's going to put, create a little vision board. They're going to ask him questions. Kiyomi's going to do cakes and questions with Austin's family. They're going to taste wedding cakes and pastries, and while she answers questions, y'all know the games basically be the same, basically answer questions. So anyway, the family comes. They like, where Austin? They like, he right behind you. The mama Hoaon don't like Austin. She feels like that's not the type of man she would see her daughter Kiyomi with. She feels like she would be with somebody stronger. He doesn't speak up for himself and all that good stuff. Anita's not sure as well. So then his friend Justice is like, I don't really know, because he don't really tell him about these things. Like, he didn't even tell me before he proposed, and it's hard to get anything out of Austin. I'm like, how is he friends then? Yeah, anyway. So then they go all meet and talk about, ask them what about all of their concerns. Austin's mom, Mary, is concerned that they're rushing into things. They don't really know each other well. Trevor wants the families to get to know each other well, build a foundation. Justice wants to make sure they're not going into marriage lightly. Anita wants to make sure they're on the same page with the plans they have for their lives. Monique wants them to make sure they get to know their families together well, I think. And Hoaon is concerned with Austin's faith and if he's really, being the leader of his family and that kind of thing. Anyway, they go do the games. Austin's doing the vision board, and he put faith up there at the top. And Hoaon asked him, what is an example of when your faith really had to show up for you? He said he thinks it's about a year. I think it said a year or two, right, when his dad passed away. Well, no, he got the news, I think a year or two, about his dad dealing with liver cancer, and he really had to, lean on his faith then. And Kiyomi was really there for him at that time as well. He said he's working 2 jobs and he's going to school right now as far as like money and everything goes. And so then on the other side of the house with Kiyomi, She was saying that one thing about Austin, I forgot what they asked her, but basically Austin can sometimes take things she says the wrong way. Like he could take things she says harshly, and that's never her intention to come across harshly, but he takes it the wrong way. She also said she had to be there for him when the dad passed away, and so the brother thanked him for that. And Justice was saying that he knows that Austin could be a good leader. He's very good within sports, so he said you got to give him that chance and to really lead and things like that. So Mary and Justice are both encouraging Kiyomi just to give Austin the space and the chance to be a leader. So that was pretty much the end of the games. Like I said, nothing really was popping on this episode. Then they go have their spaghetti dinner, because y'all know every episode of Family or Fiancé, the first night dinner gonna be spaghetti. Then the second night be more optional. But I think producers tell them every time, y'all finna make this spaghetti. I don't care how y'all make the spaghetti, y'all better make this spaghetti. Okay? And I wonder how the spaghetti came out. Anywho. So then they talked at the dinner table, and Austin, he was saying, they were both talking about how the task went, and Mary was saying, y'all gotta be there for each other, y'all gotta trust in each other. Y'all, it really wasn't nothing happening. But the mom was giving good advice. Kiyomi was saying, she learned a lot, and how she got to really let Justin lead and give him the space. And her godmother, Miss Anita, said that, you have to, he has to step up and lead, but you have to also step back and let him lead, and which that was good advice. And so Austin was talking about standing up for himself more when it comes to situations with Kiyomi and different things like that. And his mom Mary was saying, don't sweep things under the rug, address it when it happens, you got to communicate, y'all got to put your pride aside, y'all got to do the work and all that good stuff. So she was speaking into them. They also touched about the dad passing away, and Trevor thanked Kiyomi and for being there for Austin, and he apologized to Austin for not checking in on him more and all that good stuff as well. The mom said this is the most Kiyomi's mom, Hoaon, said that this was the most she ever heard Austin talk, and she was, happy to get to know him better and all that good stuff. So then they met with Dr. Tracy the next day, and before they met with Dr. Tracy, Hoaon and Anita were in the kitchen making tea, and he was saying, Austin said he didn't know what they had planned for the day, and he's kind of worried about stuff, and they told him the word of the day. I guess they looked at the YouVersion Bible app and probably told him what the verse of the day was. And so they told him, don't worry, let God work, fight the battles and all that. I don't remember the verse verbatim, but that basically was what they were telling him, right? So then they went to meet with Dr. Tracy and letting her know how the task went. And so Dr. Tracy was saying how... Austin, let me back up. Austin was saying how, his family doesn't really have deep conversations, and all the things they talked about. And so she was saying that, you need to have a conversation with Trevor. Maybe Kiyomi can mediate a conversation between you and Trevor. And so then Dr. Tracy was asking, when did that, breakdown in communication between you and your brothers happen? And then he was probably when we were in high school. And then she was like, what happened when you were in high school? He said, that's when my parents got divorced. But I don't think that affects, really cause an effect on anything. Dr. Tracy's like, of course you don't. That's why she's the expert, y'all. And so, Austin just wasn't connecting the dots to the end, but he got it. So Dr. Tracy said, I want you to have that conversation with your mom. I know you didn't want to, but that's probably where the healing is going to begin, to figure out why your mom and dad split up. She said, I know it can be scary to go into these deep conversations, but you have to do it. And then she was also talking about, when you continue to have these patterns of not connecting with people, not going underneath the surface, it becomes harder and harder to break those patterns of communication, okay? And so you're just going to grow farther and farther apart. So, which is very true, right? And so, and I can really relate to them, because certain family members, it's easier to go have a more meaning conversation with than others. And even at family gatherings, you kind of feel like you're having the same surface level conversation every Thanksgiving, every Christmas, every party. So I could totally get what they're talking about. I think it's hard to sometimes have those deeper conversations in family settings, because family's experience of certain situations can be different. Like your mom can experience your childhood differently than you did, or your sibling, and it's just a lot of, you know, trauma, unhealed traumas people haven't dealt with. So it can make having those deeper conversations more difficult, in my opinion. So anyway, Austin went ahead and talked to his mom, and she let him know that she didn't tell them like what happened because, you know, basically her thing, like she didn't say it, but basically she was kind of like make sure they still had a good image of their dad. And so she said that their dad basically was cheating on her. He continued to cheat on her. He wanted someone to chase him, and she got tired of dealing with it. She had a hard time even saying it. I think she was embarrassed. I think their dad embarrassed the hell out of her. And she said, I didn't, you know, want to tell you guys till you got older. Then you got older, I just wanted to finally get away from that situation and have peace. And then I never said anything. And she said, I also was embarrassed. Like, you know, how stupid can I be to keep going back to this person, putting up with this and dealing with the same thing over and over again? So she basically felt embarrassed. She didn't want to be looking at like a stupid, silly girl, like, you know. And we get it, Mom. And I knew that daddy had ran around on her. I knew that daddy had ran around on her. So that's okay, girl. Like, it's been way more women being stupid for way longer. Like, she don't need to feel embarrassed. So also said, you are not stupid. You've been a good mom. Like, you don't got to feel that way. And, you know, I'm glad you had this conversation. Like, it's really good. And, you know, I hope Austin doesn't develop resentment for his dad from this, but he's gonna feel some type of way. But the dad is dead also, so there's that part. And, you know, hopefully they all get the healing that they need, right? So then later on we see Kiyomi sit down with Trevor and Austin and have the conversation they need to have, and Austin was before they did that, we did see we did see everybody sit down at the table, and Austin, he was just talking at that table. This was like the second night of dinner. And so he was saying how, like, you know, he had a really good conversation with his mom, and it just helped break down some barriers, and they really able to open up and communicate. And Mary says she wants to have a conversation with all her boys. So there's more brothers. And so Austin said, like, yeah, like, it was really good, and I just want to move forward with Trevor, and I want to do this and that. And so it seems like Austin is able to open up, and even Justice was like, man, I never seen you talk so much. Like, I never seen you string more than a couple sentences together. Like, wow, this is amazing. Even the mom, Hoaon, started crying. Like, everybody was happy to see Austin, like, really light up more and open up. He wasn't so monotone, right? So then, like I said, the next day we see Kiyomi facilitate the conversation between Austin and his brother, younger brother, Trevor. So also basically letting Trevor know, like, hey, I know our family hasn't connected like we should. Like, I wasn't really there for you when Dad passed away, and I'm really sorry. I wanted to apologize, and I should have reached out to you more. And I know our family really has these surface level conversations. We don't really know how to go deeper, but I want to be there for you. Like, man, you need to call me and reach out to me. I will reach out back to you. And so, side note, when Kiyomi and Austin were talking with Dr. Tracy, Kiyomi was saying that Austin will say things like, oh, I need to, you know, like, oh, I called Trevor, but he hasn't called me. Well, he probably won't call me back. So, like, he does, like, want it, but he just is scared to, like, try to get it, I guess. And so, anyway, Trevor was like, yeah, I apologize as well. Like, I should have reached out to you more also. But he was like, it's kind of hard because there's still this, like, wall and barrier up, and our family doesn't do this kind of deep communication conversations, I'm sorry. And so it's kind of hard to, like, push past that barrier. And he was like, but I'm gonna hold you to it, because Austin was like, well, whenever you're ready, let me know, like, just call me, we could do it. And Austin's like, Trevor's like, yeah, okay, I'm gonna call you, I'm gonna hold you to it. And basically Trevor can't be bothered with Austin. No, I'm just kidding. I think what it is Trevor is stuck in that pattern they were in already. So now it's gonna be hard to want to connect with him. Also, maybe Trevor's experience of his mom and dad is different than Austin. So I think them not knowing what happened between the mom and dad also is playing a part. I think that's the deeper issue, because maybe Trevor's experience and Austin's experience of their mom and dad is different. And so Austin, also the mom shared with Austin in that, earlier the previous day, she didn't share with Trevor. Like, I wish she would have just sat both boys down together. So I think there's more than just that communication barrier. I think there's something else deeper there possibly too. So anyway, they hugged it out. Kiyomi was happy for them. So then we see the couple meet with Dr. Tracy once again, and they're gonna get ready for the blessing ceremony in a minute here. Dr. Tracy was like, "So how did it feel to have that talk, with your mom and with Trevor?" And he said it went very well, and now like he feels like he can open up more, and his mom is happy, that she was able to finally tell him, and she wants to have that talk with the rest of her boys. Dr. Tracy's like, "Who told you it's gonna work?" He's like, "You did." And so then, Dr. Tracy's asking Kiyomi, how does it feel to, see him opening up like this? Like, now you're not the predominant one talking. Like, how do you feel about this? She's like, it's different, but I'm getting used to it, and I like it, but it's also scary. And she's like, I know I'm going to have to release some of my control, and that concerns me. And Dr. Tracy's like, that's good that you realize that now. And she's like, there's always two things that happen in this situation. She said, once somebody destabilizes a situation, and the other person is able to like change and make changes when they see the old pattern is not working anymore. Because like once you've changed, and it kind of may cause people around you to change. So Dr. Tracy also was saying like, it's two things that can happen because you can't fit a square into a wheel. I think that's how Dr. Tracy said it, right? She was getting insightful. So basically she was saying, either now you guys are going to become stronger than ever, or you guys are going to break apart because the former way that your relationship was set up is now it's not going to work anymore. So basically what she was saying is that Kiyomi may not want to be with Austin anymore now that he's stepping up more and being more of a leader. She may not, she may be too resistant to that. It may have worked best for Kiyomi for him to be the shy one, be the leader one, the non-assertive one. So I hope for Kiyomi's sake that she is able to let Austin lead and not give up on a relationship because she's not getting her way. Because, that can also happen, right? And they're young. So anyway, they go down to the blessing ceremony, y'all. Basically, everybody, voiced their concerns they had in the beginning, but ultimately everybody gave their blessing. I had no problem giving this couple their blessing. They're young. I hope they wait to have kids at least until they finish school. But I can see them really working out. I see the love there. Like somebody said, the brother or the friend said, it seems like it went more from puppy dog love to real love now. And the little confessional things at the end, the little updates, they said that Kiyomi and Austin are working now to let, Austin take the lead more, but it is a struggle for Kiyomi to, not always get her way. Austin and Trevor have reverted back to their old communication of superficial communication. That sucks. And they've got a big wedding plan soon, and Austin got him a blue tux. And that was pretty much the end of the episode, y'all. Y'all let me know what y'all thought of this episode. Were you into it? Were you bored? Could you relate to it about your family? Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share, and I will talk to y'all soon. Bye.